Okay, so we got here maybe 20 minutes ago, and there are maybe like 200 or 300 people here. There really aren't that many people at all. And compared to some other lines I've seen, I was expecting us to be outside in the cold wrapped around the building like into Indiana, so this is good. And I'm feeling kind of sickly and my voice is jumping around, so we'll have to see how this goes. Now I'm really, really nervous. Okay, so unfortunately, I did not get a call back. I just went in my room and there was a producer and I sang in front of her. I sang Signed, Sealed, Delivered by Stevie Wonder. She said it was good. And 2 people from my room did get callbacks. And it was Kayla and Cedric. They were very good. And I wish the best to them in the competition. And I will definitely be back next year. But I did get a little bit nervous, and I think it finally, well, the first verse of my song was good. Like I'm not saying that pretentiously, like I didn't hit any bad notes or anything, but the second part, I guess I just kind of realized that, oh, I am singing in front of a producer for The Voice, and if this goes well, I could be singing in front of Adam Levine in like March. But I got really nervous during the second half of my song, and my voice started quivering, and my eyes started tearing up, and I kind of thought to myself, okay, you can't hit any of your notes while you're like this, so just scream. So I was basically screaming the lyrics to a Stevie Wonder song at a producer of The Voice, and I mean, at the end, I was so embarrassed. It was so bad, but yeah, I still had a blast. It was a lot of fun. But this is not the last you'll be seeing of Molly Grace. I have an audition next month for Grease at another high school in my area, so we've got that, and I think X Factor auditions are coming up in the summer. I'm probably gonna do that, and I'm trying to get my high school to do a production of Les Mis, which won't be good because we are Henryville and we are tiny and we suck at everything. But that is my goal. Hi, Dad. Okay, so I am home finally, and I am freaking exhausted. Like, I was so tired. I literally drove off the road a couple of times, and my dad may or may not have had to grab the steering wheel and pull me back onto the road. But, nevertheless, I'm going to tell you how this went and what occurred, and I highly recommend that if you are a singer, you should do The Voice, because it was the most fun I've had in a very long time. Okay, so first of all, we left on Saturday morning at like 11 o'clock because we thought that there were going to be a ton of people like wrapped around the building, wrapped around the Stevens Convention Center at like 3 a.m. So I was planning to get there at like 1 in the morning on Sunday. And the security guard we talked to a security guard just to, get some information on the place and, how things were going to be run. And he told us that they weren't even going to open the doors for people until 5 a.m. So it really wouldn't behoove us to stand outside in the freezing bitter cold in Chicago for 4 hours. So my dad and I got a hotel room, and we just like died like the second we got in the hotel room because we were both like really, really tired. So we just like fell asleep, and we did not wake up until like 5:30 the next morning. So it's Sunday morning, and we go down to the convention center to go stand in line outside, and I'm in layers and layers of clothing because they said they weren't even going to open the doors until like 5:30 or 6. So I'm preparing to like brave the bitter freezing cold, and I've got layers and layers and layers, and I have my blanket, and I have a scarf, and I've got my weird like Adventure Time warm hat. And I'm about to make a total fool of myself and stand out in the street in Chicago in an Adventure Time hat. And we get up to the convention center, and we're like one of the first people in line. Like, there were seriously maybe 100 or 150 people in front of us. Like, there were not that many people. And we go straight into this holding area, and we literally just stand with this, like, random mosh of people for, like, an hour and a half, and then they send us through this loading dock type thing, and we stand in line for forever and ever amen, and then I have to show my ID and my passport to a security guard, and then they have to, like, do the, metal wand thing that, like, if you have, like, a gun or something, they, like, can detect it and they tell you to leave. So I had, spread them, and they did the little wand thing, and, then you go up the escalator, and you go to another loading dock, and you stand there for, like, 30 minutes, and then they put you in, like, rows and rows and rows of chairs, and you sit there for, like, half an hour, and then you are separated into rows of 10, and that's when you're separated from your family members, and they say, you can reconnect outside after you're done with your audition. So, say goodbye to your folks, and we go into this room with a producer. It's 10 of us in a really small, like, business type office room thing, and it's 10 chairs, like, in a semicircle with a table in the middle, and there's a producer with her laptop or notebook or whatever in the middle of the circle, and when she says your name, you stand up, say where you're from, sing your song, and then you're done. And I think she could tell who was nervous and who wasn't, because she was really cool. Like, she could tell that me and this other girl who was sitting beside me were, like, really, really nervous. So when the girl beside me walked up, the producer asked her if she believed in Bigfoot. And she let her ring this giant cowbell, and she said, okay, now you're not nervous anymore. Cool, sing your song. And when I got up there, I was, like, shaking like a leaf, and my voice was cracking because I'm sick, and I'm just, like, I'm about to cry because I know this isn't going to go the way I want it to. And she says, are you Team Edward or Team Jacob? And I just start laughing, like, hysterically laughing. I was like, that is the best thing I've heard all day. Thank you so much. So, I sing my song. I'm not called back, cool, whatever. So then my dad and I go home, and we systematically managed to hit every single Starbucks between Chicago and Henryville. And I'm just like, oh my god, no, I'm not stopping at another Starbucks. So yeah, we stopped at maybe 4 Starbucks on the way home, and I just wanted to get home, because I was really, really tired. I didn't want any more coffee, I just wanted to sleep. Oh yeah. That's how it went, and it was really fun, and I'm going to do it again next year, and I highly recommend any singer to do it, because it's kind of just a toss-up as to who gets in, from what I understand, because it just depends on what they need that day. Like, if they need a pop singer that day, then chances are they're going to pick a pop singer, but if they need, like, a folksy R&B person, they'll pick them, It's just whatever they feel like that day. So, I think it's pretty much up in the air as to anybody could get in. I mean, if you're good. If you suck, obviously you're not going to get in. But, yeah. It was fun, and that is all I got. And I do believe the next video I'll be doing will be a review of Les Miserables, the movie. So, yeah. Bye.